Welcome to Australia, home to some of the most stunning and diverse landscapes in the world. From beautiful beaches to rugged outback, Australia offers something for everyone. In this video, we take you on a journey to explore some of the best places to visit in Australia. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride. Canberra is the capital city of Australia, founded following the Federation of the Colonies of Australia as the seat of government for the new nation. It is Australia's largest inland city and the 8th largest Australian city overall. Canberra in Australia Capital Territory is a small city of around 450,000 people that sits between Sydney and Melbourne. The site was chosen as the location for Australia's capital in 1908 as a compromise between the two aforementioned cities. Sometimes it affectionately called the Bush Capital for its sweeping nature reserves and surrounding mountain ranges. Canberra is well known for its national attractions, but art lovers and history buffs in the know also love the city's local art scene and heritage sites. Natural beauty is right on your doorstep in Canberra with popular lookouts, challenging hikes, mountain bike trails in the inner suburbs. The best time to explore the attractions of Canberra is the months of the spring season. The weather is very pleasant at this time of the year. The mornings and the nights are cool, while it is pleasantly sunny during the daytime. Darwin is the capital of Australia's Northern Territory and a former frontier outpost. It's also a gateway to massive Kakadu National Park. Its popular waterfront area has several beaches and green areas like Bicentennial Park. It is famous for its multicultural food, outdoor markets, waterside attractions, and a warm holiday vibe year-round. With a fascinating history blending European, Asian, and Aboriginal influences, visiting Darwin is truly a must on any Australian holiday. To have the most comfortable trip, the dry season between May to October is going to be the best time for you. You'll also find most of our famous events such as the Mindil Beach, Sunset Markets, and Darwin Festival happen during this time. Adelaide is South Australia's cosmopolitan coastal capital. Its ring of parkland on the River Torrens is home to renowned museums such as the Art Gallery of South Australia, displaying expansive collections including noted Indigenous art, and the South Australian Museum, devoted to natural history. Adelaide is the opal capital of Australia, famous both locally and internationally for the best-selling opals available. Lighten your wallets as you shop around to find the best-priced opal for you. It's possible to manage and balance an excellent quality of life without stress and a strong sense of community. Adelaide is a city where people still greet you on the street without knowing you and very easily create friendly relationships with their neighbors. Hobart, capital of Australia's island state of Tasmania, sits on the River Darwin. At its fashionable Salamanca Place, old sandstone warehouses host galleries and cafes. Nearby is Battery Point, a historic district with narrow lanes and colonial-era cottages. In Hobart, you can see world-renowned art, eat freshly caught seafood, and climb a mountain all in one day. The Tasmanian capital of Hobart is a dynamic city that surpasses expectations at every turn. Australia's southernmost capital is brimming with history and bursting with creativity. A beautiful Australian island that has some of the most stunning nature and wildlife on our planet. Even though Hobart is not a large city, what it lacks in size it makes up for in diversity. Cairns, considered the gateway to Australia's Great Barrier Reef, is a city in tropical far north Queensland. Its Jopyakai Aboriginal Cultural Park tells the stories of Indigenous, Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people with music and dance. Cairns Esplanade, lined with bars and restaurants, has a swimming lagoon. Northwest of the city, Daintree National Park spans mountainous rainforest, gorges and beaches. Cairns is undoubtedly the gateway to the Great Barrier Reef. The Great Barrier Reef is the world's largest reef system, comprised of over 2,900 individual reefs. Each year, people flock to the reef from around the world to swim, snorkel, and dive with the more than 1,500 marine species that call the reef home. The Gold Coast is a metropolitan region south of Brisbane on Australia's east coast. It's famed for its long sandy beaches, surfing spots, and elaborate system of inland canals and waterways. It's also home to theme parks such as Dreamworld, SeaWorld, and Wet n Wild. Inland, hiking trails crisscross Lamington National Park's mountain ridges and valleys, home to rare birds and rainforest. The Gold Coast is one of Australia's premier holiday destinations, famous for its surf breaks, stunning beaches, theme parks, shopping, nightlife, and hinterland. It has been attracting Australian families for many decades. The Gold Coast was originally known as the South Coast because it was south of Brisbane. However, overinflated prices for real estate and other goods and services led to the nickname of Gold Coast from 1950. South Coast locals initially considered the name Gold Coast derogatory. Brisbane, capital of Queensland, is a large city on the Brisbane River. Clustered in its South Bank Cultural Precinct are the Queensland Museum and Science Centre, with noted interactive exhibitions. Popular nicknames for the city include Brissy, Brisvigas, and the River City. An historic nickname for Brisbane was Queen City. Modern-day Brisbane sits on land known also as Meanjin, the name used in the Turrbal language of one group of traditional owners. Brisbane offers sophisticated big city attractions in a sun-splashed riverside setting. In every season, you'll find countless things to do in this clean, green Queensland capital. Brisbane boasts over 2,000 green parks and over 2,500 species of plants, which makes it a biodiverse paradise. If you need to be in the city but know you need your nature time just as much, then look no further. Perth, capital of Western Australia, sits where the Swan River meets the southwest coast. Sandy beaches line its suburbs, and the huge Riverside Kings Park and Botanic Garden on Mount Eliza offer sweeping views of the city. It may be known for its relaxed vibe, but the city's art scene is anything but sleepy. Comedy shows, live music, art galleries, museums, and cultural centers are all on offer. See what's on with arts and culture in Perth. One of the biggest advantages of moving to Perth is the fantastic weather you will be able to enjoy throughout much of the year, even if it is rather warm. Summer temperatures often hover around 30 degrees Celsius plus, with cool sea breezes that make conditions balmy yet comfortable. Perth is also a place where many interesting people have lived and worked. It's no surprise that Perth has been ranked as one of the top 10 most livable cities in the world. It's both refreshingly laid back and excitingly vibrant. Melbourne is the coastal capital of the southeastern Australian state of Victoria. At the city's centre is the modern Federation Square development, with plazas, bars, and restaurants by the Yarra River. Today, Melbourne is a major centre of commerce, industry, and cultural activity. Often referred to as both the cultural capital of Australia and the sporting capital of Australia, the city has a rich history and is home to many of Australia's major annual sporting and cultural events. It is dubbed as being Australia's cultural capital, and for good reason. From the city's array of museums, multicultural cuisines, and music scene, it's not difficult to see that Melburnians are passionate about the arts. Melbourne, the cultural capital of Australia, is as beautiful as it gets. The coastal metropolis with a cosmopolitan ambience attracts thousands of visitors each year. Sydney, capital of New South Wales and one of Australia's largest cities, is best known for its harbourfront Sydney Opera House, with a distinctive sail-like design. Massive Darwin Harbour and the smaller circular quayport are hubs of waterside life, with the arched harbour bridge and esteemed Royal Botanic Garden nearby. Considered by many to be one of the most beautiful cities in the world due to its high quality of life and unique landmarks like the Harbour Bridge and the Opera House, Sydney is often the starting point for many travellers who arrive by this city to start their vacation in Australia. There's really something here for everyone, from music to fashion, art, events, drinking and dining out, to nature and exploring. It's really all at your doorstep. Sydney is so diverse, and it's reflected in our restaurant and food scenes, our art and culture, and the variety of things on offer. There are more than 100 picturesque beaches in Sydney, from calm, sheltered bays and secret coves to busy surf beaches and world-famous tourist destinations.